Oh, hello, hosers. I have come before you today with the heaviest of hearts and the lightest of wallets. My fellow hosers, I stand before you today, not as your prime minister, but as Justin, well, let's say your former prime minister. Yes, I've decided it's time to hang up my socks and give the whole leading the country thing a break. Why? Well, for starters, I've run out of new ways to wear a scarf. And let's face it, the only thing harder than managing a country's budget is matching my socks with my outfits every morning. Secondly, I've been told by my advisors that if I don't resign, Canada might run out of yoga mats. And we can't have that, can we? We've got to keep our zen. I've been offered a new job. You see, Donald Trump, in his infinite wisdom, has decided he needs a new caddy. And who better than me, Canada's own governor, to help him with his swing? I mean, I've been swinging the Canadian political scene for years. So why not go? He's even promised to make Canada the 51st state. But only if we agree to call it Maple Magaland. But seriously, hosers, I've learned a lot. Like, who knew that being PM involves so much more than just looking good in a photo? There's actual paperwork and more paperwork, and then there's more paperwork about the paperwork. It's exhausting. I also thought it was time for someone else to take selfies with world leaders. I mean, my phone storage is full, and I've run out of new poses. I'm also resigning because I've discovered my true calling. I'm going to start a rock band. We're going to be called The Fiscal Responsibilities, and we'll play nothing but budget blues and policy pop. I've given this resignation a lot of thought. Let's start with the obvious. The corruption. Oh, the sweet, sweet corruption. You see, I've been playing Monopoly with government funds. Except instead of go to jail, I've been landing on go to a fancy dinner with the Aga Khan. But hey, at least I didn't try to buy Greenland like some of the other world leaders. Eh? Now, about those blackface incidents. I've decided to step down because I've run out of faces to paint. And let's face it, my costume choices at parties have been more controversial than a Tim Hortons coffee that's actually hot. And then there's the economy. Or should I say our economy? I've managed to make inflation so high, even our loonies are starting to feel like toonies. But don't worry, I've left you all with a legacy of debt so large, it'll make your grandchildren's grandchildren say, "Oh, Canada, what happened?" I must admit, though, the idea of being Trump's caddy has its perks. I can finally use my sunny ways speech to refer to the weather on the golf course. Plus, I'll have a front row seat to watch his hair defy physics in ways even Canadian winters defies fashion. So I leave you, my dear hosers, with this parting thought. I've learned that life is like a poutine. Messy, sometimes controversial, but ultimately you can't help but love it. I thank you for the laughs, the memes, and the unwavering support for my socks, even if the rest of me was a bit of a clown show. As I step down, I remember me not for the scandals or the selfies, but for the time I tried to make Canada a better place. One awkward photo op at a time, eh? Thank you, and may all your future prime ministers be less entertaining than me. Oh, but not before I say one last thing. Keep your stick on the ice, but maybe, just maybe, keep your face out of the paint. So with a heavy heart, but an even heavier collection of scarves, I bid you all adieu. Remember, Canada, keep your heads high, your taxes low, and your selfies on point. Thank you, and may the force of federalism be with you all. Good night, hosers. Justin, out.